I'm here with Providence great Kyron Cartwright, third all time in assists, total assists. Also made the NCAA tournament all 4 years. You were there at PC, so that's got to put you in rare company. I assume. But thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
No problem.
I just want to talk a little bit just about kind of your journey getting to PC and how Cooley obviously played a role in that. California kid coming all the way, to the East Coast. But kind of what went into the decision for you?
I would say for me, it was interesting because it was a late recruiting. I was probably a really, really late signing. And I was obviously getting out of my letter of intent to play at Loyola Marymount. But I remember the week, that was the year they won the Big East championship. And I remember I stayed home from school like on half days the whole week to watch that whole little tournament run just to, get really familiar with the team. And I saw the style that they played. It was like a lot of trust put into the point guards. They had a lot of freedom. And that played a real big decision in me wanting to play at Providence.
Yeah. And, you mentioned kind of their style of play, point guard led. PC obviously has a rich history. You're part of that, obviously, now in terms of, great point guards. How was it for you just kind of being able to, when you first got there, playing against Dunn in practice, kind of learning from him? How much did he play a role just kind of in your development?
He played a huge role. I had to change my game completely, because of Chris, because of his defense. I used to shoot like really far floaters in high school,
Yeah.
like from the 3-point line almost. And I remember one of the first days I shot one and he ran to the rim and grabbed it out the air. And I called go to it. He was like, no, that's a lob. And I was like, nah, it's a floater. But yeah, I had to learn really quick playing against him because he was really good and he was really technical on defense and he took everything you wanted to do away from you. So it was hard to ever even get a chance to look at the basket playing against him.
Absolutely. And, just in general, playing in the Big East. I've talked to a lot of guys who play in the Big East, obviously following college basketball for a long time. For me, I feel like one of the best conferences, if not the best conference in college basketball, but just the competition night in, night out. Was there a guy for you that you just remember playing against that, you would say just gave you fits, but you love playing against?
Um, I would say probably Devontae Smith Rivera. He was only there my freshman year, but that was a game where Chris went out with foul trouble and I had to come in and play a lot of minutes in the first half. And he was a really, really talented player. And, I had to kind of figure it out in the moment. And he was a real tough guard.
Yeah. And, I had mentioned, obviously, you were part of, a very successful time in PC history, just in terms of making the postseason, making the tournament. For you, what was the biggest adjustment going from, maybe an underclassman where you had those leaders, you had, Dunn in front of you, but then, turning into your junior, senior year, you being the leaders, you and Bullock, obviously was involved in that. But what was that transition like for you, just kind of stepping up to the leadership role and continuing the success that you had as an underclassman?
you know, just kind of when you're kind of the captain, they kind of give you that role of, leadership. But I would say the thing that made our team so successful is at every point in time, I think somebody on the team stepped up to be a leader. I think everybody had their moments. They always kind of give the captains that credit. But I remember, I want to say it was my junior year, we probably started a Big East play about 1-5. And I remember I missed a layup for the game. It was at DePaul. And when we got into the locker room, I don't think the coaches even had to walk in. It was just, we all looked at each other. We had real conversations and, we made a choice that we were going to do it together. Everybody had to put their egos aside. And I think that's why our teams always did pretty well.
Yeah. And, you mentioned the coaching staff. We talked about Cooley, but just, he's obviously what they did last year, in terms of him as a leader, not just during your time, but what he means to Providence. What for you, kind of the biggest, I don't want to say lessons, but what made him so great for you in terms of a leader, in terms of his leadership skills?
I think to be a great leader, you get the people who are following you, learning from you, they have to be able to trust you. And I think that's why Cooley excels at being a great coach, a great leader, is because he keeps it very honest and open with his players. And because he's very open and honest, it's easy to have that level of trust because, there's no smoke and mirrors. He's not trying to sell you on anything. He's always telling you exactly how it is. So it's easy to understand. And it's easy to build that level of trust.
Yeah, definitely. If you were at practice, they miss a free throw, all the players have to run. Who are you choosing to take the free throw? Cooley or Battle?
This is like a tear, like Coach B. That's my guy. That's my guy. I don't know. I mean, I have confidence in both of them,
You got to
but
pick one, though.
I have to pick one.
Yeah.
I've seen Cooley shoot more. I've seen Coach B shoot a little bit. I might take Coach B. I might take Coach B.
All right. I like it.